And Knight, RP2 Knight, our tracker for this evening, thank you for helping us out, saying some silly admin uploaded the wrong seed to the folder. I'm gonna blame Army of One for that. Because when in doubt, blame Army.
It's just default person to blame. That's a solution.
I mean, Army has joined me in the booth enough times that I've had to blame him for things that we've talked about. I trust that no matter what happens, he probably did it. And I can't wait for him to get me back for that one. And fortunately, both of our runners sparing our ears today, choosing to go with the headphones audio, and it looks like we are going to have both runners going on the faster file C. If you want to know why it's faster, it's because if you die, it takes fewer frames to switch back into headphones audio and get back in the game. And it looks like our first runner has readied up. We just need to get Red readied up and we will be good to get on the road.
Okay, so this is a change that we pretty much need to get implemented into the brand at some point. That is default to headphone mode.
Yeah, that's actually even a bug just in the North American version in general, because in the Japanese version of the game, whenever you make a setting, it does change. And Agent Technoman in chat asking, first time playing Fusion Bingo, do you stick to one runner or both? Both and the commentators. Thank you, Jagger, for the assist there. There is one square that involves the commentators talking about a certain subject that I shall not name, and it is your job as chat to try to scam us into talking about that topic.
It's usually pretty easy.
And hey, talking about the boss has a major card, I have had a seed with a major on Saris in recent memory, somewhere in the past week. Yeah, bingo is really just a for fun enterprise here, so try to get some bingos. If you get it, cool. If not, you still watch some Fusion. And the timer has kicked off here. We do have a little bit of a stream delay. I think like somewhere in the realm of 30 to 45 seconds just for restream technology. But we are going to be off here soon.
So and for anyone, the log is available as well. If you want to take a peek at what we're going to be dealing with.
Oh, I haven't even looked at that yet because I have the race time room covering that. So, in the Metroid Fusion Randomizer, whether you're familiar or you're new, the beginning of the game always starts with our runners making their way up the initial climb to the operations deck data room rather, to pick up their first item. It can be Morph Ball, it can be Speed Booster, or it can be any of the 4 missile expansions. Now, we're running with a spoiler log here. It goes live whenever the timer starts. So, Hugo knows what the starting item is. I know what the starting item is. But chat, what do you think the starting item is today?
So, quick glance at the log. We are going to be here for about 25 to 30 minutes.
So that's about right.
Equal amount of flip-flopping to the first climb.
Meanwhile, some synchronized climbing going on here. Looks like Otterton grabbing a ledge and losing about 1 room on red. So we've got something calls for morph or missiles and speed. No one's going for morph yet. And looking at the spread of the items when we get ready for it, aside from Plasma Beam, all of their items are going to be on the main deck, Sector 1 or Sector 4. Which Sector 1 and 4 are the first sectors we have available. This also means Screw Attack will be required, as the runners need to get access to some locks somehow. And our runners are starting with Super Missile data that's going to force them into the Arachnus area. 5 checks in the area and counting Arachnus itself, although we will not see that fight today.
Red has a mouse on screen.
Oh no. I didn't notice it at first. There's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah. Oh boy. Hello, Avery Satos with a party of 3.
Always happy to see everybody getting a little bit of health here in the beginning of the seed. It's helpful in spoiler log because we do sometimes see runners not getting enough health, as you do have to go out of your way to find it. Both of our runners picking up their power bomb data at the second missiles. Red doing a little bit of a dance with the pickup, and suddenly our runners are back to within half a room of each other. Let's see what kind of Ghidorah RNG they get. Super missiles, the missile damage has been reworked since the older versions of the randomizer, so you do not require main missiles unless you turn a setting on. But they only give you the damage they would add, so super missiles do 20, Ghidorahs have 25 health, and Morph Ball is at the Arachne Sea Tank. And it looks like LordOtterton wants to pick up some energy out of the attic. Red saying, you know, I've got a tank, I'm good.
Yeah,
This is match 1, Avery. You got here right at the start. And for anyone just joining us, this is a best of 3 series. In the lower bracket round 1, loser is eliminated and the winner goes on to round 2 against Metal Gun Solid.
Yeah, this is like these two are playing to remain in the tournament.
And these... Oh, it looks like LordOtterton going to hold off on getting Gravity Suit for now. Red seeing that Gravity Suit is at Spitter Hallway East. Otterton going to pick up the Charge Beam in the cubby hole. We have a bit of route divergence here. And the question is, did Otter just not notice it? Looks like Otter giving a little bit of thought, realizing he does need to get that.
Yeah, that's required.
The main elevator is going to have space jump today, but our runners can't get that until they pull the speed booster out of the Saris escape, and for that we will need to find... Oh wait, they have power bombs. We don't need to find anything else.
Yeah, they have to go to Sector 1 first, because they don't have a way to escape.
They do. They have Gravity Suit, and they will pick up Speed Booster in Sector 4, so they would be able to get out of there.
Okay. Yeah.
Normally, our runners can run into the problem that if you dip into Sector 4, even if you have Speed Booster, if you don't have Gravity Suit or a way to get out normally, the pump control to lower the water so you can Speed Boost out is behind a blue lock.
Oh, I just noticed something. Otterton is keeping gravity. He would have been stuck in the sector.
Yeah, I think he was just looking through. Now, a thing that I'm curious about. In the reactor at the E-Tank, we have Varia Suit, or Screw Attack is at the Lava Dive. Varia Suit optional this seed. I wonder if we see either of our runners going out of their way for safety.
No, Varia Suit is not optional. Because of the plasma location. Like, good luck trying to get that thing without Varia.
No, looking at that, I think you're right on that. You could get to the plasma beam at the 200 missile in lower sector 5 pretty easily. The problem would be getting out, because you can break it going into the back, but anytime you go into a room with multiple states, that will reset the state, and it looks like LordOtterton having a little bit of trouble getting into the Morph Ball tunnel here. Giving Red time to catch back up.
Here's something neither of the runners have practiced.
Yeah, and for anyone who might have played other games in the series, such as Super Metroid, where you jump and as you morph in the air, you keep your vertical momentum, not going to run into this problem, but in the randomizer with a small jump, it is a bit of a precise time window, because as soon as you morph, your vertical speed does reset to 0.
Yeah. Oh my god. Otterton bonking instead of getting speed? What is up with that?
Looks like Otterton is able to build speed. Red having trouble getting into this morph ball tunnel.
Yeah, so
The other options would be bombs are in the waterway, which are available to our runners. And high jump boots are in lower sector 4, behind the cargo.
behind the cargo, can they?
They would need to have an ice source of some sort to get that, or screw attack.
Yeah.
Red deciding to go back for the speed booster, I think not really sure what the correct course of action is here. Meanwhile, LordOtterton going back up to the main deck to pick up Space Jump.
Oh no, that's gonna fail. No, wait.
The worst part is, he set the power bomb at the height he needed to be in the tunnel. This is a doable jump, but it does have a bit of tight timing.
The
And I
problem
think
is,
I think both of our runners saw that bombs is the last item and just put it completely out of their mind forever.
I think what's going with Brad right now is he's never done this trick. That's sort of why it's being this much of a mess.
Meanwhile, Otterton wasting no time going into the reactor, so definitely wants to pick up the Varia suit. Looking to see if there's anything else there in particular. At this point, it's going to feel really bad for the runners if they realize that they had access to bombs, which could help them get in there.
Yeah, so for Red, that is already a gigantic time loss. And he got a ton of hits by the ouch.
Yeah, Red taking a reset, and Red had not saved yet, so giving Otter a 9-minute lead here.
Otterton is going to soft lock.
Not necessarily.
Wait, is Screw Attack in here? No, it's not. It's in Sector
Screw
1.
Attack is not in here. I think Otterton thinks that he needs to open blue doors. However, if he kills Notori, that will unblock the vines and he can leave back through the reactor.
Yeah, that's let me tell you, messing around with sequence breaking fusion, I have done Notori with the gear Otterton has right now. It takes forever.
Yeah, you really at that point want to start looking for power bomb expansions or missile upgrades, which there are no major pickups in Sector 2. The randomizer not looking for runners to go in here. It looks like there are a number of missile tanks available throughout the sector. Meanwhile, Red on the way back up to go pick up the super missile data at the operation deck. There are 7 power bomb tanks in Sector 2 that are available. Or not all available, because one of them is in Crumble City, so that is locked, but we have blue locked missiles, Puyo Palace, Before the Data Room, and Wonderwall are all accessible at this point. Otter had just enough power bombs to get through here, ready to go open up the level 1 locks. And Knight, I keep saying, I would love to play some of these cursed seeds that you roll. These look like a lot of fun.
The seed isn't even that cursed. It's pretty straightforward. It's Otterton that's cursing himself. That's the crazy part. Like, we're going to see
There
right
is
over
an item behind blue locks. We do have the wave beam in the pump control, which is a thing that our runners don't need.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But LordOtterton does have blue locks open, red picking his morph ball back up.
Otterton is going to be unpleasantly surprised when he goes up the elevator.
That he is. Now the real question is, will he think to go pick up some powerbomb tanks before fighting Notori in order to speed up the fight? Because even in a low percent run of this game... Oh, that is a screw attack wall. Even in a low percent run, you would have charge and wide to go against Notori. Meanwhile, Red wasting no time picking Gravity Suit back up. Otter, you're not completely soft-locked, and it's still faster to fight Notori than to start from scratch. Now, we're in a curious situation here because you can't take everything in a vacuum when you're looking at a randomizer race. Both of our runners know that they're racing, they know they have an opponent. And we're in one of the rare situations where both of our runners think that they are absolutely behind.
Yeah, so because of Sector Shuffle, Sectors 3 and 2, because they are at the edges, they are locked behind green doors. Sectors 6 and 5 are locked behind blues, and then 4 and 1 are level 0. And that's the goof. And now Otterton learning that with the vines active, that is a one-way.
Screw Attack is not in Sector 2. Screw Attack is located on the far side of the lava dive in Sector 1. Our runners do not need to open any locks except level 4 in this particular seed. Now the question is, does Otterton know that fighting Notori will get him out of here? There is nothing of value in Sector 2 today. Although Notori will give an energy tank.
Red is doing Sector 1.
Yeah, Red is doing Sector 1 because he was not able to pick up the speed booster when he went through the first time. Sector 1 has Wide Beam at the Crab Guardian, it has Diffusion data in the Crab Rave, it has Ice Missile data in the bottom of Lava Dive, and it has Screw Attack, so... okay, I see his plan. He's not thinking of bombs to get up into that Morph Ball tunnel. He's thinking high jump boots are behind the cargo in lower Sector 2. So if he picks up the high jump boots, he can jump into that tunnel. Diffusion lets him get through the puffer in the drain pipe room.
That is a very nice heat tank location.
That is. Yeah, it looks like Otterton realizing that he is going to need to fight Notori. Gotta be careful with those key hunters as they will do quite a bit of damage.
This fight is always a mess when you don't have proper gear. Oh no, he skipped the red drop. This is...
Oh, Jagger pointing out that I was mixing up which item is behind the cargo. I was thinking of the upper-lower check. Speed booster is needed to get the high jump boots.
Behind the yeah, that is Sector 4. I'm pretty sure that is the Kamakal.
Yeah, Electric, we don't see Notori a lot, although it is the boss. Ooh, Otterton taking a death. Notori is the boss that we see most frequently in the randomizer tournament. Or not in the tournament, but we have seen seeds where it generates, but Otterton was just trying to get out of Sector 2.
And that is a gigantic time loss. With that, Red is back in the lead.
And with that, both of our runners now absolutely think that they are losing. Also, Red picking up the Wide Beam from the Crab Guardian, going the back way out of Sector 1. I think that's the right play without Speed Booster. He will be passing on Diffusion data at the Crab Rave, but that is no great loss. I think he was just punting the decision of what to do about picking up the speed booster, which is in the upper portion of Sarah's escape.
So, remember my estimate?
I do remember
Add-
your estimate, and
add
I
15
think
minutes
that
on
is
top.
aged poorly.
Yeah, but it's like both runners just having a reset. Beautiful. Ah. Yeah, it's
And Electric in chat saying this is why you never give up when both runners think they're losing, and there has been nowhere that was more prevalent than an earlier race in the tournament where a runner's opponent gave up a 20-minute time loss, but the runner ended up taking a forfeit when taking a death, and probably could have won the race.
we had the R race where at the 30-minute mark, basically both runners had to start over due to different mishaps.
So Otterton going back through the Arachnus area, meanwhile Red on the way into Sector 4. And the real question is, will Red note that the bombs are available in Waterway that can help him get through into the Morph Ball Tunnel to pick up Speed Booster? Not required for it. And you can see him doing a think here.
Bombs is at the bottom of the list of stuff for you to get.
Yep.
Wait. We might see Ice Beam.
Where? Oh wait, he has ice missiles as well, so he could easily freeze an ouch.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Okay, Red might be running up. We haven't seen him pick up his Varia suit in the reactor.
Yeah.
He's going to Sector 1. He realizes that he left Screw Attack behind in Sector 1.
You cannot get that with his current gear.
I'm trying to think if that is actually... It might be possible with
It's
a precise
the
wall jump.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, prepare for some shenanigans then.
Because Space Jump is locked behind Speed Booster at the top of main elevator.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm Red and I know that I'm going for this, I think I pick up that E-Tank in the Hornode hole. Meanwhile, LordOtterton picking Gravity Suit back up.
Where is Red going?
Red is going to pick up diffusion data at the Crab Rave. And will be sorely disappointed to find out that that won't get him anything. Jagger, if you're confident that you can't jump to the far ledge, I am willing to trust you on that. Because I thought it was a bit of a reach.
Yeah, Jagger is like has set the he has willing to go for stuff that most people just wouldn't stomach. So Jagger's saying that it looks like it cannot be done. It's a pretty good indicator that it's a Fuse rand. So
Always the part that you love when you're commentating a randomizer race, where you have to try to figure out what the runners are going for. Meanwhile, LordOtterton very clearly going to pick the speed booster back up.
oh yeah.
Red picking up a missile tank from the charge core. And we'll see him upgrade his missiles to diffusion missiles. Then we'll get to see what he is intending to do with those. And Otter jumping. The problem here is your jump also hits you off the ceiling pretty quickly, so you have to morph late enough to not bonk, or early enough to not bonk, but late enough to clear the height. Otter re-picking up the speed booster.
It looks like LordOtterton might be able to overtake Red just because of this mishap. It's
Yeah,
not
although Red
that
is ahead
tight.
by an entire Sector 1 here. The counterpoint is that Otterton will be able to get through Sector 1 more quickly with the speed booster, as well as being able to pick up the screw attack at the far end of Lava Dive.
Yeah, and Red leaving Sector 1. So yeah, tricks in random that people just never see happening in vanilla play. Saving is your friend.
Saving is your friend.
Yeah, we have plenty of accidents happening in this game. So diffusion.
The primary
guess-
thing that diffusion does logically, if the runners have other missile access, is it allows you to go through the drain pipe into lower sector 4. If you have screw attack, that can also get you into the sector 4 connectors.
diffusion
Aside from that, I
doesn't-
can't really think of anything that diffusion unlocks. It can be the logical ice source, but in this case we have ice missile data available. Red is going into lower sector 4 using diffusion. There is a trick where if he gets the right timing, he can get behind the cargo. However, he still would need speed booster in order to unlock the high jump boots.
Yeah, this is. Oh boy. I guess you freeze the cargo before it gets a core.
Yeah, you have to basically hit right at the corner of the little outcropping before the missile, and not scroll the screen too far so that it freezes the cargo before it has a chance to stretch. Meanwhile, LordOtterton going through Sector 1, sparking across the lava dive, picking up screw attack. And I suspect we will see him dive underneath the lava dive to pick up ice missiles as well. Now the real question here is, are we going to see him go through the rest of Sector 1 to pick up wide beam and diffusion data? If you ask me, I go down to the Crab Guardian for wide beam. I do not go for diffusion.
Diffusion is a stretch. Like, it's not really worth anything at this point.
It's gonna be really unfortunate when Red realizes, if he gets behind the cargo, that he still cannot pick up the item.
Oh yeah, that is hard lock behind speed.
There could be some sort of out of bounds shenanigans, but then you'd be stuck. So he could pick up the high jump boots, but there would be no way to get back out of there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's even an out of bounds that would get you up to that item.
Yeah.
All I know is if you did get in there, there's no getting out.
Oh, because all this shenanigans because Red can't do the mid-air morph.
And didn't see the bombs in waterway at the bottom of the spoiler log. You hate to see it.
Oh yeah.
Red...
He can.
Oh wait,
but
no, he can't, because he needs the speed booster to get into waterway to get bombs. I don't.
Okay, the sea hard requires you to do that mid-air morph.
Or freeze and ouch. But yeah, that is classic autumn out of habit, lack of thinking there.
Oh,
Looking at, oh yeah, just go do the speed booster lock check to get the item to get to your speed booster. Otterton having a little bit of trouble getting out of the Western Pirate Shaft in Sector 1, as you do have to be careful not to screw through these blocks. Red,
That
you're
is.
gonna have to either freeze an ouch, or you're gonna have to do the midair morph. And because of this, I would say that LordOtterton with a commanding lead in this game 1 of this best of 3 series between Red Corona and LordOtterton.
Oh boy.
Red giving up on lower sector 4.
How many shenanigans can you endure for one seed?
If you watched any of our tournament last year, we had a race without spoiler log go. I think the winning participant won with 1 hour and 51 minutes.
I mean, I've had a finish where, like, the part where it shows your in-game time, and it had Samus only taking off the helmet. I thought that was the 97% because was only. That's the only way it takes that long.
Otterton going up to pick up Space Jump at the main elevator. Red is back to attempting the midair morph. Jagger's saying that this is, he believes, a 2-frame window to morph.
The problem with Red is he's not jumping high enough, and when he jumps high enough, he's apparently delaying pressing the down second time to morph.
Yeah, he's just coming in a little bit too low to get in there. Which midair morphing is pretty precise in Metroid Fusion. Unlike in other games where you can actually use your momentum to follow.
And Otterton going back for Varia. Gonna need that. So I'm guessing the route now is. Oh.
Yeah, the question is, are we going to see him try to go back into Sector 2?
Okay, this card is.
Now, if he goes
some
into Sector 2,
shenanigans.
he is. Now, with Screw Attack, he can exit Sector 2 into Sector 3 via the connector, or he'll have level 1 doors unlocked. He can go into Sector 5 in the back half. With Varia, he can actually use that to go pick up the 200 missile. Sector 5 will be permanently broken for him, and then he can run that into... Oh yeah, that's all that he needs to do.
Yeah, it skip level 1 completely, just go straight to 5 and be done with it.
You know, this actually isn't bad routing if you ask me. He doesn't even need to open level 1 security doors. But this makes Varia much less out of the way by going through Sector 2. Red freezing the ouch finally at 30 minutes and 17 seconds, picking up the speed booster item. And he's got a lot of ground to make up.
Oh my god. What is Otterton looking for?
Oh, Jagger pointing out what was happening to Red. So he's immediately unmorphing. Which, what that does, if you unmorph at the edge of a tunnel, it will push you out of the tunnel so that you can unmorph. So even if he's getting into it, he's immediately pushing himself right back out. Red picking up bombs in the waterway.
Wait, was Red just spamming up and down? I don't understand what is happening anymore. Oh god.
Yeah, you have to think with a quick seed like this that both of our runners are also curious when they're not seeing a dot done against them yet. Now let's see, does Otterton realize that he does not need his blue doors?
Let's see. Nope, he does not realize.
Hopefully he recognizes that he can go from Sector 2 into Sector 5 directly. And not have to go all the way out through Reactor, although That would give us some more excitement, as that would give Red some time to work on catching up. LordOtterton opening up the level 1 security locks again, and Red taking a save, not wanting to risk losing that speed booster.
Why would he roll the D-pad? That's Also, what is Otterton looking for?
Let's see. In Crumble City, we have a power bomb tank as the upper item. The lower item is a missile tank. Otterton might think that he needs to fight Notori and go back out through the reactor.
Oh my god. Oh, Red dropped the thing. He's gonna have to farm health. All you had to do was hold up and left, and would have grabbed the ledge.
Unfortunately, missing the pseudo space jump and not having gone back up the main elevator to pick up the regular space jump just yet. So Red is taking his time in this tunnel to refill some health.
Yeah, try again.
I don't know why, but this room's suddenly giving me vibes of the Tunnel Rhino stage from Mega Man X3. And Otter seeing a double Red X out of the Kago in the Kago jump room, then going through to the back, getting into Sector 5. He's going to go up into the Crow's Nest. And that will have another missile tank for him.
Why is he going for so much ammo?
He might be planning on trying to do refreeze strats against the SAX and wanting to make sure that he still has ammo for the ice core.
To answer chat there, so the S means that is supers. That whole block there is your missile upgrades.
Yeah,
so,
he has 30 damage on his missiles. So that will be 8 shots against the ice core.
So to explain the parts there, so you have the booster part of the rocket that is unlit, that is regular missiles, that's 10 damage. S is supers, 20 damage. The tip is ice missiles for 10 damage. And the little snowflake, that's diffusion. That's 5 damage.
It looks like Otterton bailing on going into the back half of Sector 5, realizing that he needs to pick up Plasma Beam. That's the 200 missile location. For viewers who are not familiar with extension categories in this game that have been raised, Red going up to the main elevator, picking up Space Jump. 200 missiles is named as there's a category for 200 missile RTA.
Oh.
And Otter is soft locked.
Yeah, he has to get a.
He does have a chance.
Get a red core from the pirate.
Yeah. The pirates do have a decent shot at dropping a Red X. But the Plasma Beam is in a location where if you're doing 200 missiles RTA, that's where you would hit dot done.
Oh my god, skipping the double Red X from the Kago must be hurting now.
Yeah, he's gonna need to drop some prayers to RNGesus here. Meanwhile, Red going into the reactor to pick up Varia Suit. And I wonder if he's going to route through Sector 2 or if he's going to go back to the main elevator. And no, you have to go through reactor in this seed to get into Sector 5. Because looking at the map...
Oh no, you can go through... You can start at Sector 4. Since you have diffusion and screw attack, you can get to the connector. And then loop all the way through.
Although Otter does not have diffusion. You technically could do that, but Sector 2 is the logical way to do that, and it looks like Red is realizing that. And this has got to be painful for Otter. And anyone who does enough runs knows that you will get you'll get Red X drops from these pirates at the worst possible times.
So yeah, that's the break Red needed to catch up.
Yeah, we've got a race here, folks.
Oh my god.
And Otter hadn't saved recently enough, so I think this is the right play to just go for the farm and hope that RNG lands in your favor. Changing up the actions taken to kill the pirates just in hope of appeasing the game. I don't believe there will be any difference in the chance if he fills his health up. Knight asking, there's gonna be a how the heck did I win in the race room, isn't there? And, you know, I do have a feeling that we will get that.
Yeah, it's the longer it takes for RNG to smile on Otterton, the higher the likelihood that Red catches up. And
Yeah,
Red
is...
grab bombs. Oh, there's another Red drop.
Yeah, there's a red drop from the Kago. Otterton could really use that. And Red coming in here with 10 power bombs. And you know, Otterton did not pick up the red X drop that came through in the Kago jump room. Not something that you normally think that you need, but very unfortunate here. And Fusion really doesn't give you a lot of ways to refill your power bombs. Red dropping a power bomb to get through and has officially caught up to LordOtterton and will be overtaking as he has a power bomb here. And Fusion, for the viewers here, for those of us who want a close race, give Otter a red X. Otter getting a green X because he's filled his health up. Getting a yellow and a green. Red seeing another red X on his screen.
Kagos have a really high chance to drop red X's, so...
Red opening level 3 security locks, which I forgot are required here to get into the 200 missile room.
Yep.
And it looks like, looking in the race time room, since Otterton is doing a thing, it does appear that both runners are still going.
Red dropped a comment in the race room. TF is the seed.
The entire world agrees, Red.
It's not even
this
that.
This is a night special, if there ever has been one. And Red, finally, the first to the plasma beam in the 200 missile location.
The seed is not even that tricky. Like, it's not an anymorph seed, it's not Run Crumbler. Like, you can finish as soon as you get level 4 locks done, but the choices are just... Why?
Glenn is making a motion to stop letting Knight roll the seeds. I am making a counter motion to make Knight roll all the seeds.
Oh yeah, we need better content.
Because I am nothing if not rude.
It's not even being rude. Like, this is content.
I mean, also, I'm the kind of person who, if you ever see me either in or working with a run in a marathon, I have a couple people on deck who have generators that'll spit out some really cursed seeds. And I tell them to do their worst.
Oh boy. Otterton has sub reset.
Yeah. You know,
back to Spectre 4.
You can't blame him, because at a certain point you have to think, is it gonna be faster to just redo what I've done? But Otterton losing a lot of time.
Yeah, oh my god. The amount of poor decisions in this race are worrying.
And we do have some progress going on here, as Red making his way down to get red locks, and red also wouldn't have had to worry even if he was out of power bombs, as he did pick up the bombs in the waterway.
Oh yeah.
The question is, do we see Otterton pick those up while he's in Sector 4 this time? Durham, I'm sorry that we are not able to deliver you the quality X farming gameplay that you signed up for. I hope you'll be okay with some Metroid Fusion gameplay. And red is fully in go mode, has red doors open. Did he get a red X from the first Aqua Pirate in that room? I didn't
did
catch
not
it, it was
see.
just a glance.
I missed that one completely.
That would just be the ultimate insult added to injury here.
Oh my god, it's just roundabout ways to go through things.
Yeah, Fusion isn't half bad. Fusion is only like 43% bad. We have had some seeds, I think an army special that was finishable. If you did it right, you could have come in under 20 minutes with it.
Fusion seeds are not really evil. The problem is, whatever you learn speedrunning the game, like 10% of it will help you in routing a seed.
Meanwhile, the SpeedGaming bot pointing out that there is an upcoming competition for a game Trifox, a new dual-stick adventure game. And
yeah, I've seen that pop up in the SpeedGaming Discord. It even has a text channel dedicated to it.
I'm not familiar with that game at all, but I'm kind of intrigued.
Well, the Steam Star link is there. Let me pop this on a tab, and gonna check that later.
Absolutely, but first what we're going to check, LordOtterton picking up Screw Attack as Red Corona, using the Screw Attack to go through the shortcut, taking the upper route, and I suspect we are going to see a save here before going up to the SAX fight. And you have to really wonder at this time, both runners absolutely thinking, how has my opponent not finished yet?
Oh, wait, right? Star Fox they make.
Red also asking, if this one is bad, how bad was the other one?
It's not even that bad. Like, I
Our
cannot
runners
blame
beg
the
to
seed.
differ here, Hugo. Our runners beg to differ. But we've got an SAX coming on screen here. Red going for
Red
the
can
stun
do
lock, getting the first one, dropping it, taking a shot. Let's see if he's going to just go back to safety.
Oh no. Get
Going
out of that
for the
tunnel.
refreeze again, getting it.
Oh,
As
he's not.
Otterton making his way through Sector 2, about to go pick White Beam up from the Crab Guardian. Red onto the most cursed Sword Node in the game.
And it's already
Blink
done.
and you miss it.
And 35 damage missiles for this thing. It's gonna be fast. So,
Yeah, with the missiles that Red has, this is going to take 7 shots. Using a power bomb to pull in the green X in order to have enough missiles to be sure.
Didn't need to. He had 11
I believe
less.
that was 6, and this should be the final hit. 7 shots on the Eye of the Core, and Red is through the SAX fight. As LordOtterton space jumping out of Sector 1. Or Screw Attack jumping, rather.
I wonder how many people got annoyed by the fact that the SAX car just buggers off.
Did Otterton just pick up a red X from that pirate? Oh,
yes,
that's gotta sting.
That is just...
Fusion, why you gotta be so rude?
Oh my god, yeah, this seed has just been a pile of poor decisions.
We've seen worse in this tournament, though.
Oh yeah, it's still better than the 1 hour seed.
Jagger
And
G
it's-
dropping a red X in chat.
And it is also better than the seed that took Jagger 50 minutes. Because what gravity on Animorphs. That is
It's not what
is
you
as
want to see as a
close-
runner, that's for sure.
But that is as close to relay as we're getting in this tournament.
I was playing a seed last night just for some fun, and I ended up with Plasma at Crab Battle.
Plasma Crab Battle. Crab Battle? Wait.
As in lower sector 4 across the way from Redlocks, but Red onto the Omega fight. Looks like he's got the stun lock down, and this one is going to be in the books. That is an Omega Metroid down, and unless Red stands around for a minute and 40 some seconds here without going into the ship, we're going to have a GG. And that is a finish with a racetime.gg time of 48 minutes and 4 seconds.
Oh dear. Yeah, Red is very annoyed at this seed. Okay, let's see. He might drop by and have a few choice words.
Yeah, it depends on
Mercer.
what he's looking to do with that. It looks like Otter is going to keep going as well.
GG Red.
I hate this seed. I don't know that trick. I only got away with that because I decided to try diffusion.
Is that is not really like, don't you just like have to jump to hit that ceiling and then quickly morph and get in?
So
I don't know the setup for it. I've never done that trick at all once.
Is there a setup for it?
I don't know. That's what that sounded like you were doing. You sounded like you had setup for it. I've never done that trick. I only got him in. I only did that with ice diffusion today. This is my first time ever getting up there without bombs or high jump.
Yeah, it's more just getting used to the timing, although one thing it looked like might have been happening, you may have been unmorphing immediately after you morphed, which if you unmorph at the last pixel of a tunnel, it'll actually stand Samus up outside of the tunnel, so you may have been popping yourself out of it. And also, we do have Jagger and Knight both saying that it is a 2-frame window for that morph.
Ah, so a 1-frame window. Because whenever something is not a second, it's always 1 frame. See anything in Prime ever, but GG's. Oh my god.
How can you see anything in Prime when everyone's out of bounds all the time?
Fair, that's fair. Fair. Oh Lord,
Yeah, so
I'm glad I'm not the only one that had trouble with that cheese.
Yeah, this seed was not kind to both of you. Meanwhile, I was in here trying to think that, oh, you can pick up bombs that are in the waterway to make this easier. Not thinking of the fact that waterway is speed booster locked.
I was initially thinking the seed was bugged. I had to ask RP2. It's like, is this even possible?
Yeah, meanwhile, Otter ran into a problem where he was actually ahead of you on the way to the plasma beam, but ran out of power bombs and had not picked up regular bombs. So he was farming against the Aqua Pilot outside of the room with the square bombable blocks, and just stuck in there with no bombs trying to get a red X drop. And then after a reset, dropped a red X from a pirate on the way up Sector 1.
Oh my god.
So the weird thing, like, I guess it's just me because I have landed that that mid-air morph for that kind of thing quite often, but I also randomly land like crumble block jumps.
It's one of those things that's a lot easier to do if you're trying to do it without time constraints. But once you're in a race, trying to learn a new trick in the context of a race, I can say from experience, makes it 10 times harder.
Yeah, my hands started shaking from trying to get it. I was like, God, I'm just wasting time here. And I eventually had the idea. I saw the ouch come up. I was like, can I just diffusion this? Can I get away with that? And I was just high enough that I can scam my way in there, and I got got the speed boost, and I picked up bombs along the way. It's like, I'm never grabbing high jump. The hell with that item.
So another thing that could have made that a little easier is I believe you did have ice missiles at that point. I know you did the first time you got there.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but at the same time, I'm thinking I need diffusion anyway to potentially get out of a 4. With completely forgetting. Oh wait, I have screw attack. It's like, oh well. It was just my brain was just too fried, thinking like, where does the seed want me to do?
And it looks like Otter has chosen to take a forfeit at this point rather than complete the seed.
I don't blame him. This was a pretty, that one trick, if you don't know it, is just bleh.
Oh yeah, being over 40 minutes in and resetting back to the first time after picking up speed booster in sector 4 is just
would have beat me too. Honestly, I will, even though I won this, I will concede this to Otterton, even though I won the race. I won the battle, not the war.
So do you know, I did a time estimate by taking a quick glance at the spoiler log as we were starting the seed, and I said 25 minutes.
You were double that.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that we recognized at that time that you more or less had to go through sector 2.
Yeah, sector 2, you didn't have to do blues. Blues was not required. You could have just gotten yellows to get 2 hundos and then just ran all the way to 4.
You actually could have skipped sector 2. Kind of.
No, you can't.
Hugo pointed out, you could go into sector 4 with diffusion and go through the shortcuts through 6 into 3 into 2 into 5.
Yeah, you could skip the silo. That was it.
No, you still need a various suit to get a hundo.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
200 missiles.
Yeah.
You had to go that way. It was just faster to get the various suit and then go into 2.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, there's a new race room. All right, I'm gonna hop out. Goodbye for now.
All right, good luck in your next race.
This is a better one.
Have fun. Oh my god. That was... Okay, so...
That's the kind of seed that you love to see as a viewer, you hate to see it as a runner.
Note to self, the dumb stuff that I do casually is not common knowledge for most of it. Because I never realized mid-air morphing like that was a trick. Oh boy.
And we have the seed distributed for the next round. Kirby fan hoping to get a Rodney seed here, and you know, we have our tracker, RP2 Knight, who rolled the seed today. And her seeds are evil, so we might just get that. We've seen close to Ridley, but nothing actually in Ridley.
So here's the thing, Knight either rolls very mean seeds or very kind seeds. And this one at first glance didn't look evil.
Yeah, but it had some fangs. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Knight for doing an excellent job of tracking for us here. If anyone has ever seen me trying to track a seed, you'll know that you're getting a much better experience here today. Also, go ahead and give both of our runners a follow, as they are putting on a show, and we've got one, potentially 2 more races here. We are in the lower bracket round 1 matchup between Red Corona and LordOtterton. Red took race number 1 and is up 1 in this best of 3 series. Winner of the series will go on to play against Metal Glen Solid in round 2, and the loser is out.
Oh yeah.
Also, Avery Satos in chat asking about rolling Link to the Past randomizer seeds, looking for an evil one, as though she hasn't rolled evil Link to the Past rando seeds herself. Giving me, for my first ever seed of that game, one where I got the fighter sword and had to take that into T-Rock.
So I have one seed recorded for LTPR, where, well, the start was inverted, and I don't remember if it was Randomizer as well. But Moonbear was in Turtle Rock.
No. I think my fastest completion of A Link to the Past rando is somewhere in the 6-hour range, which is
Oh, no,
why you
I
never
haven't.
see me running it here on SpeedGaming.
I have an hour and a half time in that game. I played it to hell and back when I had a SNES as a kid. I still have that SNES, it's just the TV that broke.
Ah, you hate to hear it.
Yeah, it was a wooden box TV that was probably 30 years old when I was a kid. It just gave up the ghost. And the stream appears to be frozen. No, wait. It's running, it's just red that got a black screen. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I stopped playing. Like my last LTPRC, it was a race on the. We had a Portuguese tournament, and I was finishing up TR, going up to the GT, and so I used a DualShock 4, and I had a very poor quality cable, and that little prick lost connection as I was fighting Trinex.
Oh no. And Kirby fan in chat with the dream Minish Cap Fusion crossover rando when? And I believe the answer to that is whenever we can get them both into Archipelago. With that said, the second race has started, so we just have to wait for the stream to catch up with the restream. And
Okay,
we'll be about ready.
Let's take a look at what the spoiler log has for us.
This seed's going to give us a little more variety here. Not going to spoil what we start with, but we do have items in main deck in sectors 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It looks like we are off on the stream, so for anyone just tuning in, the beginning of a Metroid Fusion Randomizer is always the same. Our runners need to make their way up the initial climb to the data room in the operations deck and pick up their first item. We can have Morph Ball, we can have Speed Booster, or we can have any of the 4 missile upgrade types. Chat, what are we starting with? Avery saying a missile start. This is the part where last year Hugo and I would be making our guesses and saying that we want a Morph Ball seed, but we can't take a guess because we already know the answer, and so do our runners as they are running with a spoiler log.
So, yeah, I'm gonna be very confused if they manage to make this thing last more than half an hour.
Are you really trying to curse our runners again, Hugo?
Yes.
It's supposed to be our runners throwing for content, not the commentators.
That
Red
microphone
Blitz
got horns for a reason. Oh boy.
It looks like Red is going with about an 8-second lead here into the data room, where we will pick up our first item, and chat is unanimous in wanting a missile, and we're going to get ice missiles, so we are going to have to go visit the Arachnus area. Arachnus itself, going to have a power bomb tank, so we're going to see our runners bailing on that fight. Although, if you're Otter, maybe you want to take those extra power bombs just in case.
Oh my god.
Knight in chat with the... Everybody always talks about missiles, but no one talks about hittles.
Hit tiles. Wait, it's...
Okay, that joke may have been too soon, but what's not too soon is the wide beam at the first missiles check. Runners always love to see that this soon. And we're getting Speed Booster in the second missiles pickup. So our runners can already go fast.
By the way, this is a loaded start.
We do have a loaded start, as we are going to find our morph ball in the cubbyhole. And what is Arachnus E-Tank? That one's going to be a missile tank, which we'll probably see our runners pick up. And
Yeah,
unfortunately for anyone in chat, the technical requirements to make Metroid Fusion cross-randomize with anything would be almost impossible. It was kind of absolute luck the way the SRAM lined up to make SMZ3 possible. Athy, what is your question? We are in Game 2 of the best of 3. Red Corona took Game 1. Possible to be locked behind Ridley on these settings are Gravity Suit and Speed Booster.
possible, but
I
current
think
logic.
Various Suit could also possibly be there. And theoretically, there could be some weird seed where you have Space Jump behind Ridley.
So to reach Ridley, you need Screw Attack. Wait, not even Wave is needed to get to Ridley.
Wave isn't needed to get to Ridley, but Wave is needed to get out.
Is needed to get out. You need some fire missiles. Morph ball.
Meanwhile, our runners are going to be starting out with sectors 4 and 3 available. Bombs will be
that's it.
behind the first heck run, and they already have high jump. Getting that in the cubbyhole, Red first to it. LordOtterton just seconds behind. And it looks like this seed is going to want them to open up green doors right away and have run of the entire station. They'll also have super missiles in the Telltale Heart check on the way to green locks. And Red choosing to pick up an E-Tank at the main elevator. Let's see if Otterton chooses to pick that up as well.
It's a
And he will.
tank. Okay, so starting up with level 2 locks, so all sectors available.
Yeah, it looks like Gravity Suit also is going to be available to our runners right away in the speed-locked E-check. Past the first heck run, so this seed is kind of front-loaded.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So
Where else will our runners need to go? Charge Beam will be the Broken Bridge in Sector 4. Plasma Beam is at the higher jump hole in Sector 6. Screw Attack not required, but always nice to have, is in the Speed Trap in the front of Speed Trap in Sector 5. And Various Suit will be in the blue locked missiles in Sector 2.
they are almost synced up.
They are our runners going across the first heck run and picking up their bomb data. Both realizing that they also need to go behind here and pick up the Gravity Suit. It looks like Otterton not picking up the Gravity Suit.
That is going to sting.
Yeah, not sure if he didn't see it or if he doesn't realize he has what he needs to pick it up. Breaking some speed blocks, then going down into the Telltale Heart, as Otterton is going to want to pick up the super missile data. I imagine we'll see Red do that first. Or do that as well, rather.
What you would get, like instead of gravity now. Oh well, that's kind of worrying.
Yeah, especially Otterton does have his tournament life on the line in this race. So hopefully he realizes that pretty quickly here. Though he does have his green doors open, Red also doing that. And Otterton gonna leave Sector 3.
Is he
He's thinking about it.
I-
Thinking, okay, there's something else I need to do here. Now the real question is, Red has all of the sectors available to him. Where do you go next? I think with Ice Missile data, and high jump. My next play would be into Sector 5. I want the screw attack to be able to get more easily between sectors, and that'll also speed up the process of going down the right side of Sector 6 to get Plasma Beam in the higher jump hole. And it looks like Red agrees with me on this.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
Otterton.
have you not done this thing? Oh no.
Looks
Oh
like he's not
no.
aware that there is a pillar in the floor that he can use here, and that is going to be a huge time loss here.
He's gonna do a Shine Spark.
Not a bad plan. Honestly, I like the play here.
That works. If you don't know the room,
Not the
just
intended strat, but it's the strat that works. Red bailed on Sector 5 and has decided to instead go into Sector 2. Sector 2 is going to have Various Suit and the Blue Locked Missiles. That's the first item he's going to pick up. The fusions are available above Notori. As well, we have Ice Beam at the Zazabi Tower exit, which is more recently named the P-Trap. And the Zazabi E-Tank will be Power Bomb data, which, looking at what our runners have, I don't think they're going to need it.
So Red could grab Screw Attack out of Sector 5. Like, that much is accessible. Everything else is locked.
It is, although now that he has the Various Suit,
Oh,
that
Otterton can
is...
get there, but Red, no dice with Varia yet.
At least I'm pretty sure that Red picked up his Various Suit here.
Oh,
Looks like
that was mistracked. It's tracked on Otterton's side. Whoops!
that's okay. If it was me doing the tracking here, it would be tracked in about 5 minutes. Various Suit was the blue locked missiles in Sector 2.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize what went on.
I think Red just wanted Various Suit for safety and to have Sector 5 already broken. Might be rethinking whether the item is in the front or back of the speed trap. Meanwhile, Otterton in Sector 4 going into the Saris escape, picking up main missile data in the lower check. Also likely going to see him go to Broken Bridge to pick up Charge Beam. Red picking up Screw Attack in the speed trap and grabbing Energy Tank in the back half of it as well.
That was a nice way to go about it. That's one
Yeah,
you
I like the
think
play.
doesn't have to worry about.
And it looks like, because that's the only item in Sector 5, it looks like Red is getting ready to just go open up Red Locks, and the only
Getting
things he
trolled by
needs
the
are Charge
pancakes.
and Plasma. Plasma in lower Sector 6. And Charge will be in Sector 4. I like this routing. Red's going to open red doors, already be in Sector 4 to go up and get the Charge Beam.
So Red is going to need a Shine Spark to be able to exit, like the secret message Shine Spark. He's going to need to carry that at least to the bottom of the room to be able to make it back up. Or, oh wait, there's other means of escape.
Yeah, having
Guys,
Screw Attack always gives you a way out, and Red into lower Sector 4. It's not every day that you get to see red doors opened up this quickly, getting into lower Sector 4 just past the 11.5-minute mark. And if everything goes according to plan, we could be seeing something definitely below 25 minutes here. Meanwhile, LordOtterton going through under the broken bridge to pick up Charge Beam.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting to actually do the shenanigan that I've described due to the location of Charge Beam. Ooh, very nice landing through the hole.
And there are red doors open for Red Corona.
Okay, let's see. What kind of shenanigans do you pull?
Yeah, is Red going to take the screw attack out of here?
Oh, yep, remembering the Shine Spark.
Red is going to go for a half-secret message.
Yeah, because it's faster to go that way due to the location where charges.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting hit by one of the Evers and knocked out of the Shine Spark. Meanwhile, Otterton up to the main elevator lobby. Let's see where he's going next. Ooh, Red getting a jump, letting loose a spark here.
Yeah, it
Have to
takes
be a bit careful with your inputs going down here. Make sure the fish doesn't hurt you.
Oh,
Oh,
dropped speed. Whoops. Ah, dear.
it
Giving
looks
up on
like
that
Red's saying,
shenanigan.
yeah, not willing to keep trying on this. Another option that our runners have, they can abuse a glitch where if you land on and kill a frozen enemy in the same frame, you'll start running on water. There is actually a way that you can build a shine charge in the fish room that you go up to with the missile blocks. That is an option for building a shine spark, but Red just gonna go out the old-fashioned way. We'll see if he goes through one of the screw attack tunnels or if he's just going to scam out with ice missiles. LordOtterton in Sector 2, and I'm not entirely sure what he's looking for here.
He's gonna leave. Oh no. Just take Sector 5 already.
Yeah, Red's just going back into Sector 5.
Oh boy.
And
Yeah,
he's just
back
going
to
to
the
take the
base and
long
back.
way out. Still needs to go into Sector 6 to pick up
Plasma.
Plasma Beam, and will also need to go into Sector 4 to pick up Charge. So it looks like picking up some missiles, just for safety against the Omega.
Oh my god.
I don't
I'm
hate
gonna
it.
do-
When the missiles are already on your path, it costs 2 seconds to pick it up.
It's not about the missiles, it's about the routing here, where at least it's keeping a Shine Spark, so that's at least a fun way to go about it.
Yeah, I don't hate the plan, because what he's doing is going in through the Sector 6 connector. So
Oh, look.
avoiding some of the winding routing in Sector 6. Our runner's
Otterton
very
grabbed
nearly
ice.
high-fiving, but not quite.
Otterton grabbed Ice Beam.
Ice Beam does give you a decent chunk of damage. Not going to be super relevant here for us, but I don't hate the play. It was right there after all at the P-trap. Red already going through the screw blocks to get down to the higher jump hole in lower Sector 6. And then all he needs to do is get into Sector 4. Oh, falling down, needing to jump back up the ladder here. Fortunately, has Varia Suit. Not taking damage, doesn't need more missiles. And at 15 minutes and 58 seconds, Red Corona, the first, or not in go mode. He still needs Charge Beam.
Yeah, he has to go back to Sector 4. Oh boy.
You know, I would say our runners are in no mode, but we're running with a spoiler log, so we were in no mode from the 0-second mark.
Using missiles on Omega. I
Let's see
mean,
if we get a high five here as Otterton is making his way into Sector 6. Gonna pick up the Wave Beam as the first item in Sector 6. That's probably why he picked up Ice Beam, because that will enable him to still get the stun lock on the Omega Metroid.
I am confused. Why did he grab Wave?
I don't have an answer for you on that.
Did he misread the location?
Base jump at Mission Impossible, he may have.
Oh,
Fortunately,
boy.
having wide and ice is going to save him from any of the problems that you get from Wave.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Red, on the way back up to the elevator lobby, we're going to see him go over to Sector 4. Otterton also about to pick up his last item for Go Mode, although he hasn't picked up Screw Attack, so he's going to have to go the long way. And we also did see him pick up main missile data, which was in Sarah's escape. That means he's going to have to fight Mega Corax.
Oh my god.
As that boss spawns if you have Charge Beam and main missiles.
Wait, he cannot go this way. He doesn't have power bombs.
That's true, and I don't know that LordOtterton knows the clip to get through here.
Oh.
Power bombs
That's
are
a
not
soft
down
lock.
here.
Oh no.
Power bombs are going to be located up at the Zazabi E-Tank.
So,
It looks like LordOtterton is still continuing. He still has a shot if he wants to learn on the fly how to do some out of bounds, but he is doing a reset.
oh my god. The string of poor decisions is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fairly easy clip to learn, but you have to know how clipping works in Metroid Fusion in order to learn it. Meanwhile, Red on the way up to Broken Bridge, going to pick up his Charge Beam, and at this point he has a commanding lead and is likely to take Game 2 here. And at 18 minutes 57 seconds, Red Corona actually in Go Mode this time.
So this looks like a 23 finish, barring any accidents.
I'm gonna say 24.
Let's see. Yeah, sounds right.
I'm largely just being contrarian.
That's fine. Oh god.
And Otterton picking up missile data again, even though that unfortunately was his undoing last time.
The missile data? No, his undoing was not picking power bombs.
That's right, I have already forgotten.
And it's Zazabi E-Tank. Oh god, that is all the way at the bottom.
That's why they call me Autumn out of habit, not Autumn by memory.
Oh boy. Yes.
Meanwhile, Red, just past the 20-minute mark, going up the main elevator, gonna go take on an SAX. The seed playing much nicer for our runners than the first seed did.
Oh no, he has high jump this time. I thought Red was going for a round 2 of the mid-air morph.
Yeah, Red taking a safety save, always a good idea to do, no matter how practiced you are. Especially with low health, one thing going wrong and you can be dead in the fight, or if you kill the second phase of the SAX fight on the wrong frame, you can soft lock.
Autumn out of memory error. I'm just gonna go with Autumn out of bounds.
404, Autumn not found. Ironic given the current season. What we do find though is an SAX here. Red going for the refreeze, using some extra ice missiles just to be sure that one of them connects.
Almost there.
Reverting to the safer strat because he does not have a ton of health. Phase 1 down, most cursed Hornode in the game coming up. This should be pretty short-lived here. Oh, taking the shot off of the platform. And Red wasting no time getting in position to cheese this. LordOtterton taking a speed charge down the elevator, not getting it all the way. Oh, it looks like Red wanted to farm and realizing he doesn't have power bombs.
Whoops.
But that is okay with the missiles he has. He is going to need 8 shots here, and he has plenty of missiles to do it. I think that was 6. No, I was wrong. That was 7, and there was number 8.
Okay.
And Autumn facts here in chat that apparently in the USA, we will not be in 2023 reverting from daylight savings time. Which today I learned.
Daylight saving times is just chaos for regular people. Like, Brazil has been without it for, I think, 3 or 4 years now?
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, it is wonderful to not have to deal with the shenanigans that is like
Yeah.
waking up way too early because the sun isn't up yet.
Yeah, especially I work with a Brazilian team at work, and there were times when I started before that change was made where we would go from being 1 hour apart to 3. But that's not what we've got on hand here, as Red is making an escape from the BSL research station, and looking at the time, I think gonna come in a 24 range here. That is assuming he does not take a death against the Omega Metroid. But at this point, very likely that Red, already up 1-0, is probably going to take on this series, or take this series, and move on to round 2 against Metal Glen Solid. But as we say, it's not over until it's over.
Oh, Otterton grabbing power bombs.
Good play to grab the power bombs there, but Red grabbing the stun lock, so Otterton's power bombs not going to be relevant. Get your GGs in chat. Red Corona finishing this race with an official racetime.gg time of 24 minutes and 19 seconds. GG Red.
So, I wonder if Otterton is confusing Speed Trap front with Speed Trap back. And that's the reason he hasn't gone to grab Screw Attack.
Hard to say. He might just be thinking that he doesn't need to pick that up. It looks like we are going to be having Red join us back in the booth here again in just a moment.
Oh dear. And yeah, I don't know how long Otterton is going to take this. He's probably going to finish on stream. Maybe?
Yeah, I know the first race Otter had not seen that Red had finished.
Many people like to just shut off the race room and just see it when they're done.
Yeah, so Otterton making his way back into Sector 6, and we are being joined now by Red. GG Red, you are moving on in this tournament.
Oh, thank God! I've redeemed myself slightly.
Yeah, you did a pretty good run through the seed, and definitely like a lot of the choices, especially picking up Screw Attack early like you did, and the way that you went into Sector 6 to skip going through the first half.
I really wanted to do the speed booster trick to get my charge and potentially missile data first, but I gave it like a couple tries, realizing it's working. I was like, all right, let me just do this the normal way.
Yeah, and you know, that's always a good idea to not fall for trying to do too many tries at a trick that just isn't working for you at the time.
Otterton grab Wave Beam again.
Yeah, he may think that he needs it. Looking at the map here, it looks like we do have LordOtterton has forfeit the race, seeing that Red has already completed. So that's going to do it for that.
I want to run that seed that RP2 said was really garbage. If Otterton wanted to, I asked him if he wanted the gentleman to do it. He said yes, but if he's off today, then
yeah, honestly, if he's not up for it, I am.
Yo, what, commentator versus racer moment?
I mean, I don't know that we'll be able to pull it off on stream, but I'm down to.
I was gonna say the chat needs to see it. Apparently, if the first seed was bad, I wonder how bad this first seed was.
The first seed was not that bad.
Well, I didn't know how to get away with it.
The first seed wasn't so much bad, was that it was just really mean to both of our runners.
Oh, hey, Otterton. Good race.
How are you doing?
Oh,
Oh,
it
that
looks
was
like
the
that
third
seed
from last
already
night.
went last night.
Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We're not running it.
Which I'm trying to remember what that seed was, and I was talking about it. And it looks like we are also being joined by LordOtterton, GG Otter.
GG. How's
So-
how's the run for you, Red?
It went much smoother than the first one by
Oh,
a
you're telling me.
wide margin.
Today has been just a really off day all the way around for me.
Yeah, it looks like power bombs were just not your friend today, unfortunately.
No. Both seeds, power bombs were the bane of my existence.
You skipped bombs?
Yeah, I didn't grab power bombs because I didn't even think about it. I was just trying to run and do sector 6 in this last seed and didn't realize that plasma was down.
Did you need power bombs for this seed?
So the
You
big
did not.
difference in what you did, Otter did not pick up the screw attack in the front half of Speed Trap.
No.
So he was going to have to do the loop around lower sector 6, and actually also picking up main missile data means that Megacore X would have spawned, since the trigger for that is having charge beam and main missile data.
Yeah.
But that would have been... So Red actually picked up the screw attack early and was able to go down through the screw attack blocks in the right half of sector 6.
Yeah, and that would have been the smart thing to do.
I should have. I was about to walk into 5, like, oh, I'm gonna get screw attack. Wait a minute. I should probably grab Varia first.
Yeah. I went and got Varia and Ice Beam, and then just went straight to Sector 6. And yeah, it didn't go so well for me.
Yeah, there
My
is an out of
mind
bounds
is-
clip that you can get there.
Yes, and I'm not good at it. It would have taken me longer to try to do that than to just try to go back and get PBs.
Yeah, and the problem is you get one shot at it, and if you miss it, you're soft locked.
Yep.
Which trick?
There's a clip to
Yeah,
get
there is
through
a clip to
the-
get through the power bomb wall where you have the SAX encounter in Sector 6 before Megacore.
Yeah, it's sort of like the powerbomb clip in Sector 3. Get the powerbomb locked item at the top of Sector 3.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it's one of the easier clips to perform. It's just a bit unforgiving because if you get the crumble block to reform without morphing into it, you don't have any way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got zero clue how to do any clips in this game.
You're
That's
not
okay.
alone.
You are far from alone in that. I didn't learn any of mine until I was in my last matchup of the last tournament going up against Rezarin. And I needed to learn everything I could get my hands on for that matchup.
I remember that matchup.
Yeah, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen last year's tournament. I did not win. I very did not win.
Yeah, this man, today I was just, my mind is completely somewhere else. I could not figure out routing to save my life.
I was worried that I was going to be shaking the entire time because of how bad I was shaking last seed. I'm trying to get the damn morph trick or morph into it.
I think I really got shooken up by how quickly C. Scotty did the seeds last race. And that's kind of been on my mind. He's
So,
just too good.
The trick is,
the thing-
not only is C. Scotty W the best in the business at Metroid Fusion, but he has Dragon Fangs coaching him on his routing.
Right.
So Scotty doesn't even have to think. He just has Fangs tell him where to go, and he goes there.
So yeah, So you got like one guy that is very good at making routes, and the top executioner
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
the
Yeah.
scene. So it's a
What a
pair
duo.
that
Not
What
only
a
the best
duo.
at execution, but also someone who wants revenge for last year's tournament.
Yes. I have a feeling he might get it this year.
Yeah,
For
although
sure.
it's going to be a doozy. We don't have a date scheduled for it yet, but we do
But-
have an upcoming winners bracket round 2 matchup coming up between Hercules Bench Press and C Scotty W. So
I am so excited to watch that.
that's going to be a battle for the ages.
How many
Look-
commentators we got on that now? Like 7, 8?
Yeah, I'm
The
pretty sure
entire
everyone's going to be
chat.
signing up for that one.
The entire chat.
But
And
yeah,
speaking of
I
bracket,
had a good run today. It wasn't a good run time wise or anything, but I had fun with it.
I still didn't deserve that first win. I felt bad
Oh,
about that one.
you absolutely deserved it. I soft locked myself twice.
From how long I was fumbling around getting that speed booster, you definitely deserved it.
I would suggest the two of you, just for your own sanity, don't watch back the VOD of Race 1.
Yeah.
No, I'm already playing it back in my head. Memory's a
so
pain.
suggestion for you two is to try and give some practice on that mid-air morph, because especially red, oh my god, it's
I've never done that trick. It's still the one trick I've never
I'm
done.
usually all right at it, but my hands are sweaty and I'm feeling the tournament nerves for sure.
because I was mentioning it's something that I've sort of got the muscle memory for just through casual play, but I never realized it was such a tight trick.
Yeah, it's that one's not nearly as bad as trying to do the one in Sector 5 before Nightmare. That is brutal.
Sector 5 before Nightmare.
I think that, no,
No?
I've
Wait,
done
that
that trick before. I now
the
remember.
top corner.
for the item
Uh,
above Nightmare?
I did it one time, like
Oh no,
solo in.
right, that one.
You know the connector, but the hidden passageway in the main deck to go. You just go across and screw attack wall. I went in there without bombs or high jump before, and I think I just like spammed it out and got through it once.
Right.
That one. So
Yeah, the one in before
Where you-
the recharge room in Sector 5, in between the recharge room and the save room.
yeah,
I'll-
but yeah,
11.
that one is a special kind of pain. That one I never got.
Yeah, that one's brutal.
But the type of mid-air morph, like the way I do it is just I hold jump once I bump, double tap down to morph, and hold the direction of the tunnel.
Yeah, and usually I'll get it first or second try. Today, like I said, today was not a good day for me at all. But GG's, I did have fun, and I was going to play that other map with you, Red.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling it, and my wife just got home after being gone for an entire weekend, so I'm gonna hang out with her for a little bit.
That's completely understandable.
Sounds like a great way to spend some time to me. GG,
Absolutely.
and thank you for giving us a good show here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's first tournament. I'm glad to cut my teeth on some good runs, and see you next year.
Yeah, see you next year, and we certainly hope this won't be the last. Meanwhile, Red, you are going to move on into the elimination bracket round 2. Your next opponent is going to be Metal Gun Solid, who did play that disaster of a seed that you were referencing.
Ah, great. I have something to look forward to.
Yeah, it's oh lord, people are hoping for Knight to roll more seeds.
I can't tell who's worse. I think Jagger or RP2. So the seeds I've played for RP2 have been pretty bad. I mean,
Our
not really
seeds are
bad.
either the kindest seeds or the meanest seeds. There is no
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah. At least, well, I think I broke the tournament curse though. I flipped it. The first seed was the garbage one. The second one was the jet one this time around. Oh well, GG's. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. And then before we hand the channel back to Speed Gaming, I'll just take a look up at the schedule. Not too much in the books. It looks like we are going to be potentially getting a match between Schwartz Gandhi and Sinister Sama at 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. That hasn't been officially booked, but looks to be the case. And then we do on the schedule have a lower bracket round 2 matchup between myself and Ronald Rage Thursday, October 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we have those matchups already on the books, and we have more to be scheduled, as we'll be looking forward to seeing when Nye goes up against Big Ohm in the winners semifinals, as well as Herc versus Scotty.
So I took a peek at a Trifox. It seems to be a twin stick shooter on like 3D platformer controls. And the graphics remind me of Crash Bandicoot.
Sounds pretty cool. That is a game that the Speed Gaming bot has been promoting throughout the chat here.
Yeah,
But with that, I do think we need to hand the channel back over to the Speed Gaming team. And just taking a quick look to see what we might be dropping our chat into. What else is going on tonight?
let me
Looks
open
like
the-
there is some Pepsi Man going on that's just finishing up. And then we've got a little bit of a break until 8:10 p.m. Eastern, when we are going to be over on Speed Gaming Main, starting with Link to the Past Randomizer Season 5. But with that, I have been Autumn Out of Habit. Thank you for joining me in the booth here, Hugo.
Thank you as well. So, folks, that's it for now. Have fun with the rest of your day. And,
Look forward to seeing you again soon. We will see you next mission.
Yep. Bye, folks.